Tom Butler, how are you, man? Our old friend that used to get out and about.
I'm doing well. I have really enjoyed the campaign season. Getting out to renew acquaintances with a lot of folks I've known for years. And moving around the area, I love it.
Well, let's get back to the main question. Why did you decide? How long were you state senator before?
16 years.
16 years. And then we all know what happened this week with the Democrats, got defeated by the Republicans and everything, and then, everybody's trying to move on. Why did you decide now to come back?
A couple of reasons. One, I love the work. I really enjoyed it. It was just like being back in school, different issues you address every day, the ability to help people, help communities. It's just work I love to do. The second thing is there's 1/3 of the Senate is vacating right now. With that much institutional knowledge leaving for various reasons, some not running, some running for higher office, I thought it'd be a good time to go back. That institutional knowledge that I've got will allow me to be effective and productive right off the bat, I think, for Limestone and Madison counties. We're growing fast as we can. We need that kind of effort to work against the problems we've got.
What all does your area that you're running for encompass?
It's got a fairly big hunk of Limestone County, essentially from, I tried to put a box around the district, looked like they were drawn with spaghetti or something.
Yeah.
But essentially I-65 east, all the way almost from Ardmore down to I-565, and from about the middle of Huntsville back across Madison, Monrovia, Harvest, Tony, all those
Nobody
areas.
lives in those areas.
It's a large area.
That's probably the fastest growing section in the whole state of Alabama.
I would agree with that. We've got thousands of jobs coming in. We've got two big issues that I have talked to people about: roads and schools. Roads and schools.
Have you talked about roads and schools?
Roads and schools.
Yeah.
Well, what do we need? More schools? I know you ain't gonna get more roads.
Madison needs schools right now. They need a new elementary school right now. In about 3 years, they will need a new middle school. In 5 years, a new high school, or to add on to the two existing schools. One thing I did uniquely the other day, traffic is so backed up on Highway 72, it's almost a parking lot. The other day, I actually went out, made a couple of photographs with the traffic bumper to bumper, and I got my campaign cards out and went car to car. I rolled the window down and I said, "Would you help me fix this road?" And the reception was just tremendous.
What intersection were you in? Madison County, or where were you?
I was along the highway. I was along Highway 72 from about Jeff Road up to Hughes Road. Traffic was just literally parked bumper to bumper. I had plenty of time to hit 3 cars at a time, and when they'd stop. And
Nobody tried to run over you?
no, they didn't, and they'd roll the window down, and I said, "Would you help me fix this road?" And they said, "Absolutely, somebody needs to."
That's clever, Tom.
Well, it wasn't
Proud of
clever.
you, man.
Just opportunity. Door to door takes a little bit more time. Car to car is pretty close.
Yeah. Well, you got them right there where you need them.
Sometimes you got 2 or 3
Captive
voters in a
audience.
car.
Has campaigning changed much since you did it years ago?
There's a lot of emphasis on social media, and we do a lot of that. I've been to over 70 events since November. My opponent's been to 1. And I get out and see a lot of people in groups.
70 to 1 on events.
Yes. But I like to go out. I like to meet the people. I like to hear what's on their mind. It's good when you're in a small group in discussion because they've got different opinions, different issues that they're concerned about, and you get a good broad cross-section of what's going on in the community.
We've seen Tom at so many places that we've been as well, so we know
Yeah.
you're out and about.
Yeah, but
And you have to be. That's
yeah,
great.
you have to cover a lot in Madison County, too. Let's talk about this. What happened yesterday morning at lunch? You were over at Tabs, and we've been there at Chevron a couple of times. And this guy that used to play at East Limestone, he's a football fan, he walks in, and it's something that's really real passionate about. Tell us how all this got kind of started.
Well, years ago, one of the big efforts I had after I'd had a cardiac arrest out walking, my life was saved by a fire department with a defibrillator that only had 8 days. And I went on a mission to put those into every fire department, schools, every buildings, just made it easy, accessible, almost as accessible as a fire extinguisher on the wall. I was at Elkmont football game one night playing East Limestone.
1997.
Yeah, and I was cooking hamburgers in a concession stand, and a couple of folks ran in and said, "They just used your defibrillator." I said, "Really?" So I went out and talked to some of the firefighters. Mr. Harbin, Bobby Harbin, was at that game. He had not missed a game in 36 years.
Wow.
He and Boss Hill must have been going for a record.
Yeah, and so he was at Elkmont. He had a cardiac arrest. They defibrillated him, sent him to Athens and then to Huntsville, and he was back out. And yesterday morning at the Chevron while we're eating breakfast, Mr. Harbin comes in, and they said, "This is Bobby Harbin." And I went over to him and I said, "Mr. Harbin, quick question. Did you have a heart attack at a football game?" "Yes, I did."
That's me.
Yeah, that's him. So, you know, to meet somebody that you'd actually help save their lives, have been a part of that, was a tremendous
It was a good
feeling.
Good feeling.
It sure
wasn't
was.
It? Yeah.
I got to get a little personal with you and ask you this question. When you're out campaigning, how much do you have to eat?
I'm going to tell you this. When I was in the House and I started...
Everywhere we go, somebody wants to, you got to
Feed
eat.
you. Feed
I was
you.
started running for the Senate. You know how Limestone County is. All the fire departments have chicken stews, they have barbecues,
Yeah.
breakfast, everything else. People said, "Well, how did you cover?" I had Morgan, Limestone, and Madison County. They said, "How did you cover all of Limestone County?" And I said, "I literally ate my way to the Senate."
We've been door knocking and someone went, "Come on in and eat with us." You
Yeah.
know, so I mean,
All right, let me ask one last question.
neat.
Why should someone put you back in the state Senate?
One, I was effective and productive before. My knowledge now, with a void of institutional knowledge, will allow me to be effective and productive quickly. I'm conservative, I'm pro-life, I'm pro-Second Amendment, and I've got a great work ethic. I love the job, I love the people I represent, and I work hard.
All right, Tom
That
Butler,
you do,
also
Tom,
one of the main
that you do.
sponsors of the rodeo that will be taking the place of the show tomorrow. So y'all tune in. It's going to run about 15 times over the next several days. Sponsored by Tom Butler for State Senate, Mark Yarborough to be reelected to the County Commission Chairman here in Limestone County, and Gloria to be elected License Commissioner of this great county, Limestone County. Starts tomorrow in place of the program. If Brad does his job, it'll be up and running. The
Brad's
rodeo,
got
we
it.
all had a
Brad's
good
got it.
time out there. We spent enough time out there over the last 3 or 4 days, I can tell you that. Let's take a break. Tom will be back with us next week too. Dusty will join us next, and we may get Joseph up here to talk about a few things, or he'll wait till we get outside in the sunshine. Y'all hang on.